Okay, here we're looking at the Standing Committee on International Trade, and they are focusing on the reform of the World Trade
Here
Organization.
today.
Will it happen?
My first questions are for Ms. Yorkovich of the BC Council of Forest Industries. And our last softwood lumber agreement was 2006 to about 2015. And so now with no agreement and with softwood not being negotiated into CUSMA, based on some of the testimony that you've had here today, it sounds like you're likely at the mercy of a functioning WTO to resolve disputes. How has your organization and those that you represent been affected since we've last had a softwood lumber agreement with the United States?
Yeah, the last agreement was 2016 to 2006 to 2015 with a 1-year standstill period, and we've of course been back into paying duties, which were put on us in 2017. You know, it adds costs. But mostly it creates volatility and uncertainty, and I think that that's not good. We've had a lot. We know what it's like after this year to live with uncertainty. And you know, I think for our sector, this ongoing battle on the trade front, it takes up a lot of time and energy and resources, and most frustratingly, it doesn't allow us to deploy those resources in a different way. And I think, you know, it has real impacts when we have, you know, we're in good markets now, but when we were in bad markets, we had a lot of people that were out of work very quickly. And so when you look at 2019, it was a devastating year. And each person that loses a job in a mill, these are good family supporting jobs, jobs that build communities. And so when you have that kind of volatility and loss, it can have a huge impact on workers and communities. So, you know, we would like to get resolution. We would like to get resolution of this, particularly given that we've always had a North American market for lumber. You know, they need our lumber. It's a great building material for people who are looking to make good choices for the planet. And we just would really like to have this resolved once and for all.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate those comments. I've certainly seen firsthand in my community of Kelowna Lake Country, because we had a mill here, Tolko, which had closed, and hundreds of jobs were lost recently. So we've certainly seen that firsthand here. We know that the Ottawa Group has been working to find solutions relating to the WTO. Have you seen any noticeable changes or reforms which have benefited the forestry industry since this group was formed?
I couldn't say specifically.
Okay, fair enough. That's good information. You mentioned the importance of a binding dispute resolution settlements, where decisions that should take months were taking years. And how has the forestry sector been affected by this? Have you seen decisions yourself that you felt could have been easily rectified, and in fact they extended over a long period of time?
Well, if you look at the current situation we're facing, the decision out of the WTO in the summer was a stunning victory for the country. It proved yet again that our industry was not subsidized, and so we have that decision. It's been made, yet it's been appealed, and it's basically in limbo. It's important to have those decisions finalized, because that's what actually, in the end, in both other lumber 3 and lumber 4. That's actually what, for us, puts, you know, pressure on the U.S. to actually come to the table and to do the right thing. And so it's very frustrating to us to see that put in limbo. And it's, you know, it's frustrating that you can appeal it to a body that the body that you're, or that the party that you're litigating against has the ability to thwart. So it just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem right. It's not due process, and it's super frustrating.
Have you seen, thank you for that, have you seen non-tariff barriers affect your industry, and how do you see the WTO modernizing in order to be able to positively address these issues?
Yeah, I think that's you know, phytosanitary issues, issues around non-tariff barriers for our sector are real. I mean, we see them all the time. We've seen them leveled, not just at our sector, but we've seen other instances even over the last year or so, and it's challenging. We put a lot of time and effort into making sure, as I'm sure the grain growers and other producers in the country do, to making sure that our products meet very high standards through our quality assurance programs, through our auditing processes, and to see those non-tariff barriers kind of creep in is a super tricky way to basically harm your competitors in a way that looks like you're trying to do the right thing. And so we guard against that. We spend a lot of time and effort on that. And like I said, Canada has very good systems for making sure that we make sure that our products are of the highest standard.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Excuse me.
Don't forget to like, dislike, subscribe, and comment. Safe Space Cafe. And always, have a good day.